Hi all, it's a handheld quickie. Um, I had a very interesting experience yesterday and a couple of pretty interesting dreams the last couple of days too. I made a whole video about a dream that I had, I think 2 nights ago now, that I don't think I'm gonna post it. I'm just gonna keep it private for now. But it was yet another dream about the confrontation between light and darkness. Again, very symbolic, very I think I think maybe some people would find it frightening. I think that's why I'm holding back on it. I didn't find it frightening because when I watch it, it's like watching a movie, and it's also kind of like when you know how the movie ends, when you know that good wins, because justice always prevails, even though the road to justice is often long and is filled with a lot of loss, and all of history is essentially what is it 2 steps forward, 1 step back, and that kind of thinking, so that progress comes a lot slower than people, decent human beings, would like it to, but in the long scale of history it always comes because it's an inevitability. So but the dream was pretty intense, like about the ongoing sort of cosmic struggle of light and darkness, and we're just seeing it. I mean, so I think that's what's really just going on there for me. I'm just dialing into this thing that I've been kind of dreaming about since I was a kid, really, but the intensity of the dreams has increased the last couple years, and the symbolism sometimes is very intense, and yet I always feel confident when I'm watching it that I know the outcome is going to be good, so I don't feel any fear. But I don't know if everyone will feel that way. So that's why I'm going to hold that one back for now. Then I think it was last night, although I have been so busy and work has been so intense lately that I'm getting my. I almost feel like it's 2 nights ago, but it might have just been last night. I had another dream of hanging out with Kim Carey, which is so funny. But this one I remember a lot less well than the first dream. But it seemed like we were, and I wrote her about it today, but she hasn't written back yet. Maybe she'll get tired of me telling her she's in my dreams. It's all innocent enough, though. We were just hanging out. We were like organizing. It seemed like we were organizing like some kind of meeting. Like she seemed to be walking around a table and getting something ready for people to get together. So I don't know if it was a spirit kind of meeting or what it was, but that's like all I can really remember of it. I just know it was longer, but that's the only part I can grab. So it's kind of funny. Sorry, I'm gonna switch hands. Um, I know the lighting's a little odd. Sorry. Um, the Well, after having the dream where I met her and then met Lena Rodriguez, I was kind of expecting a third other psychic to be number three, but and there may yet be so, but no, it was another Kim cameo. So yeah, I think my note was something like "You keep popping up in my dreams" or whatever it was. And then I shared with her the next thing I wanted to share, which is the cool event that happened yesterday, which was really kind of awesome. Sorry, there's a text message on my screen. Get out of my face. Um, um, as probably anybody who watches me regularly knows, I lost my cat Gabe a couple weeks ago now, and I had thought maybe he had already been by because I thought I heard footsteps the one night crossing the room, and Shay, who is my newer cat that I got a couple months ago, seemed to also hear it and respond. And the funny thing is that also happened when um, I had Gabe and my first cat Jean had died. Gabe and I were together, and we heard probably Gene crossing the room after he had passed, like a couple days after. Like I could hear him go from one door to the other door, and Gabe even got out of bed and like he watched him across the room. That even though I didn't see anything, he followed the sound, and then Gabe got up and went around the corner to look, and then he came back, which was so interesting. So I've had the same experience kind of with all of my cats. And last night was Shay. Shay was sleeping at my feet, and I wasn't asleep yet, and it was kind of like really hoping to get to sleep soon because I knew today would be busy, and it really was. And then I was lying kind of on my side, but almost on my chest, and then I felt a unseen small animal climb up onto my shoulder, and I think like rest its head on my shoulder, and there was like very little weight to it, but yet enough weight for me to know that it was there. And like there was like, and I kind of looked back just to make sure it wasn't Shay, and it wasn't, and I was like, oh wow, like I think Gabe or Gene, but probably more likely Gabe since he only recently passed, coming back to visit again with us, which is funny because he never really liked to lay on me when he was here. He loved to lay beside me, but not on top of me. I know some cats do like to do that, and that'd be great probably in winter, and maybe not so great if they wanted to do it in summer. But Gabe was always with me in bed especially through COVID. Like that was like so comforting to have a buddy, to scratch his belly and help us both fall asleep. So yeah, last night he came, and I felt like the covers. I felt the pressure on the covers, and then I felt that he was on my back, and then I think that's when I fell asleep. So that's probably what it was for. So yeah, it was an unexpected surprise. It was a little more direct than previous experiences I've had. There have been other times when Gene had died, the first cat, I remember thinking that he might have jumped on the bed with Gabe and I together in it, but I wasn't really sure. Like, it seemed like it, but I wasn't 100%. This was like, whoa, like, there is a invisible animal on my shoulder. And so I think Gabe was checking in, which is pretty cool. So that's my quickie handheld for today. I also I would recommend Kim Carey's latest video about 45. It's a little I would say again a little intense. It certainly mirrors my dream from a few nights ago. And if things truly are coming to a head in the next month or two, especially around the election, we're gonna see some even maybe slightly crazier things, but leading to the right result. So I hope everybody can keep their optimism high for justice, because it is coming, and keep your prayers up. I do my prayers a lot, and after all, thoughts are energy, in a quantum universe, as I always say, and so is prayer is thought, and so it moves energy. It can maybe even really direct it to some extent. We don't know how much, to what extent, but we do know to some extent, because people in that community, in this community, have seen it. Okay, that's all for now. Be well. Talk to you again soon, I hope. Take care. Bye.